Hello and welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to understand how to add or update Klaviyo subscriber from email. So every time you receive an email with the details of a new lead, then you want that new lead to be added or updated as a subscriber to a particular list in Klaviyo. To do this, we are going to use a feature by Pabbly which is email parser. This provides you an email address so that all the emails that you have received can be forwarded to this particular email address. And from there, you can extract information like the subject, the email address of the person, the body text, etc. And then we are going to integrate this with Klaviyo. So we are going to do the same using Pabbly Connect. Our trigger will be email parser and our action will be Klaviyo. Now to understand how we can do this, integrate and automate this entire process, let's begin. Now this here is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect software and you can reach here by clicking on the link which is given in the video description. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in, and if you are a new user, then you will have to sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation you will get 100 free tasks. Now once you reach the dashboard, on the right hand side there's a tab create workflow. Click on this. This dialog box has appeared and here you have to name your workflow. You can give any random name. I'm going to name it as per my objective, which is to add or update Klaviyo subscriber from email. So here I'm going to click on create. Here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the automated response of your trigger. Let's understand this with the help of an example. So every time you swipe your card and the payment is made, then you get a response on WhatsApp or SMS about the amount debited. Now this happens because of automation. In such a case, your trigger is the payment gateway and your action application will be any application that can help you in sending these messages. Let's come to our use case. So here my trigger is that I have to receive data from email. For this, I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly which is email parser. So email parser, what does it do? It extracts data from the incoming email sent to the mentioned email address. So it provides us this email address. So every time we receive a mail, then that is automatically forwarded to this email address. Now here, all the data like email name, subject, the body of the email, etc. is extracted from the email automatically, and then you can also send this information to different applications. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy this address that we have received here. Now I'm going to take you to my email account. Here I'm going to take you to settings. Let's go to see all settings. Let's go to forwarding and POP/IMAP. Here we are going to add a forwarding address. This is the address that we had just received. Now I'm going to click on next. So here it is asking me to add a forwarding address, and now it is saying that a confirmation link has been sent to this email address to verify permission. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. Now here let's see the response. Now in this response I'm going to take you down. Here is the body text. Now within this body text we have received this confirmation code. I'm going to copy this. Now take you back. Now here I'm going to paste this confirmation code and verify. So you can see you have verified the forwarding address. Now let's close this. Here I am going to enable forward a copy of incoming mail to this particular address. Go down and click on save changes. So you can see you are forwarding your email to this particular address, and this notice will end in 7 days. Now we have successfully put the forwarder in our email account. I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, now here let's go up. And what are we going to do here? We are recapturing the email parser response. Let's click on yes. Once this is done, now I'm going to send a mail to the email address where we have put this forwarder. So here I'm going to compose a mail. This is the email address. The subject here is new lead. Now this here is the message. Hello team, we have received a new lead. Details are this here is the name, email address and contact number. Then we have regards. Now I'm going to click on send. Now as soon as this message has been sent, then what should happen? Automatically I should receive the response here. So let's wait for a few minutes. And here you can see we have received the response. So what have we received? So first of all, this here is the address through which we have sent the mail. And here is the subject. Then as I take you down, so we have rest of the details. Now the email was headed to this particular address, and then we have the body text. This here is the body text. So this contains the name, email address and contact number of the lead. Now what do I want? That every time I receive a mail and the subject of the mail contains the word lead, then only this workflow should continue. For this, I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly which is filter. And now here we have to select the label. So I'm going to go to step 1 and here I'm going to look for the subject. Now this subject should contain the word lead. Now it can be in capital letters or small, so I'm going to add another condition. And again, I'm going to go to step 1. This here is the subject and this should contain. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as I do that, here you can see the status is shown as a success. Why? Because yes, the subject contains this word. So every time I receive a new lead, then only the workflow should continue. Now that we have put the filter, what is my next objective? I want the information, segregated information. Basically, I want the name, email address and contact number individually. For this, I'm going to use another feature by Pabbly which is text formatter. So this is it. Now the action event here will be to text basic formatting. Let's click on connect. So first of all, what is the string that we require here? I'm going to map the information how. So as I click on this, again you can see the previous steps. Let's go to step 1 and here I'm going to go to body text. So from this string, I want individual data. And this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs in real time and it has received some new data, then it should automatically capture the new data. If I had written the same manually, it wouldn't have taken the new data. So to avoid that, we map the information. Now what action do I want to perform here? So here I want to extract the email address of the person. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And you can see I have received the email address. Now I'm going to quickly copy this step and now I'm going to paste the same step. Why? Because this time I need the mobile number of the person. So here instead of extract email address, I'm going to extract phone number. Always remember that whenever you are applying email parser to receive new leads, then it always has to be in a perfect template, which means that the template should not be changed. Even when you are writing the mobile number, it has to be written with the country code and the plus sign. Otherwise, you would not be able to extract the phone number with this particular method. So here you can see we have received our phone number as well. Now I'm going to add another action step because we have received the phone number, email address. Now we need the name. Now for this, I'm again going to use text formatter and the action event here this time will be text parser. I'm going to click on connect. And now here first of all the text. So I'm again going to go to step 1 and this here is the body text. From this I need this name, demo user, which means the name that comes after name and colon and before email. So here we have to provide the text that match after, which means name and colon. And then we have to provide the text that match before, which means email. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here you can see we have received the name as well. Now once we have received all this information, I'm finally going to create the contact in Klaviyo. So here I'm going to look for my application Klaviyo. This here is a marketing automation tool. The action event here will be to add or update subscriber to list. Now I'm going to click on connect. I have already logged into my Klaviyo account. Here I have selected add new connection since we are setting up this connection for the first time. Now to set up this connection, we need this information. For this, I'm going to click on this hyperlink. And as we do that, so we have received this information here. So here, first of all, we need the API key site ID. This is it. I'm going to copy this and paste this over here. Then we need the private API key. So this here is the private API key. Copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste the same here. Now I'm going to click on save to set up this connection. And here we can see that Klaviyo and Pabbly Connect are now connected. Let's go down. So here we have to provide the list. Let me take you to my Klaviyo account first. So here let's go to audience, and within audience we have lists and segments. So every time a user is added here, we can add the user to a particular list or segment. Now here we have so many lists. I have created a list. The name is new subscriber. I want all the data that I receive. I want all the new leads to be added here through this process. So here I'm going to select the list, which is new subscriber. Here we have to map the email address of the person. For this, I'm going to go to step 3. This here is the email address. Then we need the first name and last name. But we have received the name, like the complete name. So to break the name, we need to split. And for that, again, I'm going to use text formatter. I'm going to add another action step here. And I'm going to use text formatter once again. And the action event this time will be to split text. Let's click on connect. Now here we have to map the text to split. For this, I'm going to go to step 5. This here is the name. Now the separator will be space as given in the help text. And here I want both the segments. So I've selected all. Click on save and send test request. And yes, here you can see we have received the first name and the last name. Let's go back to Klaviyo. Here I'm going to quickly set up this connection using the existing connection. So once done, now here we have to enter the first name. So let's click on this, go to step 6. This here is the first name. Now we need the last name. So again go to step 6. This here is the last name. Then we need the phone number. For this I'm going to go to step 4. This here is the phone number. Then we have the title. So if you wish to provide any title, you can always do that. Now here we have rest of the details like organization, city, region, country, etc. So if you have this information, you can always add it here. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request. Now once we have received this response, and here you can see we have received a mail where we have to confirm our subscription. So I'm going to click on yes, I want to subscribe. And as soon as I do that, now I'm going to take you back to Klaviyo, and here you can see that yes, the contact has been created. So this basically means that our integration is a success. Now let's check the same in real time. So I'm going to send another mail, and here again I'm going to head it to this particular email address. So here the subject is new lead received. Then we have the message, hello team, we have received a new lead. Details are, let's say the name here is user. Then here we have the email address, which is perfect@pabblytudes.com. Then here we have the contact number, which is +91. Now I'm going to click on send. Now as soon as this message has been sent, what should happen? Automatically the person should receive a mail. Let's go and check the same. And here you can see we have received this mail. So I'm going to click on yes, I want to subscribe. Now I'm going to take you back to Klaviyo. Let's go to the list new subscriber, and I'm going to quickly refresh this page. And here we can see that the user has been created here. So this means that our integration is a complete success. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger was email parser, where we had to capture email parser. Then our first action application was a feature by Pabbly filter, so that this workflow continues only when the subject has the word lead in it. Then we had chosen another feature, which was text formatter, to receive the segregated information like name, email address and phone number. For that we had chosen text basic formatting, where we had to capture the email address, then we captured the phone number, and with the help of text parser we captured the name of the person. Then we had to split the name so that we can receive the first name and the last name. And finally in Klaviyo we had added or updated a subscriber to a particular list. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.